What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Growing Up Hip Hop LA. This is season 6, episode 7, I believe. And the episode is titled The Elephant in the Room. Let's go ahead and get started. So, first of all, we see Egypt and Sam. Why are we starting the episode off with them? But anyways, they out here playing around with these naked cats, aka these Egyptian cats. And first of all, the fact that Egypt bought the cats for Sam, then he's talking about he about to become a damn cat breeder. I said, you went from OnlyFans to now being a cat breeder? Who do you think you are, the Tiger King? Get out of here. Talking about that's going to be like all this money rolling in. And I'm just like, you are so eager to look for a hustle instead of finding a real job. Like, can he please just get a real job? Talking about they're going to have like 2 litters a year and all this stuff. And I'm like, do you know anything about breeding cats? Do you know anything about doing anything? I'm sorry, but I just do not see it for Sam at all. Like, I just don't like that man. So next thing you know, a little easy, he comes over. I said, well, look at this. You finally have somebody else to film with besides Boogie and Savannah, because nobody likes y'all. Nobody comes to Vegas to go to Peppa's house to film with y'all. Like, how is it that Peppa is out here being an executive producer when y'all hardly even got scenes? You would think that, they would be the life of the party. Nope, not at all. Anyway, so Eric comes over, and his whole point is to get to the bottom of this rumor about TT and her marriage to Sean. I mean, not marriage, her engagement with Sean and this cheating rumor. So, first of all, the fact that Egypt is sitting up in our face talking about when she confided in Savannah, she didn't think that it would spread around to the group. Girl, that was the whole reason why you even told that girl that information. Also, the fact that you and your family, your mother and your auntie Dawn, the fact that y'all sat up on national TV to talk about your own blood. Girl, get out my face. And then she goes on and on about how Tahira has done so many wrong things to me. TT has done me wrong for years. All this stuff. I said, what has she actually done? She did not agree with the guy that you brought home. Okay? Y'all the ones who said that she was trying to get at him. And she said, no, I did not. And you did not reach out to her when she had her baby. Nothing like that. But then you want to sit up here and get mad at her because she decided to have a wedding in Jamaica. Y'all don't own the island. You do not own the island. First of all, your mom has left Jamaica long time ago. Okay? Her mom still lives there. Her husband lives there. They have business out there. It makes more sense for TT to get married in Jamaica than you, sweetheart. Also, the fact that you over here trying to throw stones at TT, sweetheart, when is you and Sam getting married? Because y'all been engaged for a cool little minute now, sweetheart. Or at least y'all been together for a cool little minute. What's your wedding planning looking like? Shouldn't we be seeing that? I'm like, that's what we should be seeing from Egypt. Shouldn't we be seeing some wedding planning going on with her? Yeah, we've yet to see that. Also, another reason why Eric is there, that is to basically tell Sam that he should have another conversation with JoJo. I think that we need to go ahead and leave Sam where he is and let JoJo go ahead and thrive in the direction that he's going. So, let's just go ahead and move along. So next we see Tyran. He is going to see his cousin, more like his sister, TT. Because as we know, those two were raised together. Because while Pep and Tretch were on tour somewhere and living the high life, Tyran was being raised with TT. Just throwing that in there. So, he gets there. He's excited to see her. He's like, what's going on? And TT has to tell him, your mom and your sister, they were out here spreading rumors about how Sean is cheating on me. Now, it did take Tyran a second to realize that she's saying, your mom and your sister are the one who are spreading this rumor. But once he got it, he's just kind of like, we're supposed to be family. He doesn't want to take sides because at the end of the day, he loves his mom and his sister, and he also loves TT. He honestly just wants them to get along. However, when he asks TT, does she want to talk anything out with his mom or anything, she's basically saying, no, I want nothing to do with those people. Like, they never even checked up on me and my baby, but you got time to spread some rumors about me. No, thank you. And I am completely on TT's side with this one. All right, so now we move on to Brianna's event. And I will say that Brianna looks great, like she always does to me. Brianna, I have a girl crush on her. I really do. Anyways, so TT ends up showing up and they have a conversation. First off, they talk about how Brianna is going to do the showcase. JoJo told her about it, and at first she was hesitant, but now she's all for it. She met with her band and everything went well, so she really wants to do the showcase, and she can even do it virtually. And she's like, great, because that way I can be in my element and I don't have to be around all the weirdos that might possibly be there. And I think that is so great. I do want to hear from some of Brianna's music, and I just like her all around. So then we have this conversation about what's going on with TT. And TT has to let Brianna know that the people who she hasn't talked to in over a year are spreading a rumor that my man is cheating on me. I don't exactly know how they would know that information, considering they're not around either one of us, but okay. So Brianna is already over it. She over here rolling her eyes because she already knows it's some BS. So of course, TT has to be like, and this is stuff that has been spread amongst the cast, amongst this group, because, Egypt told Savannah, and it went on and on from there. And I will say that, like, when you think about it, you literally heard a rumor from hearsay. Okay, it's basically hearsay, being passed amongst this cast, and it came from your own family. Like, that had to really hurt. Like, I get that they aren't talking to each other, but to spread a rumor like that, that's just taking it to a whole different level. And also the fact that they brought their aunt on the show, Dawn on the show, just so that she can perpetuate this rumor, that's crazy to me. Also, in her confessional, she does say that she is annoyed with Cree and Savannah because they passed the information around, but she is mostly mad at her own family because they're the ones who, put this out in the public. As far as her being upset with Cree and Savannah, I think she's more so upset with the fact that, okay, I don't even know y'all, and y'all decided to go ahead and spread this around. Because let's be honest, the way Cree told Vanessa, she did not pull Vanessa to the side. She literally was getting her nails done, getting her feet done. It's like, oh, y'all, I heard from Savannah that TT's man is cheating on her. Yeah, that's what I heard, y'all. She did not say it like as if she was coming to Vanessa like, Vanessa, I know that you are very close to TT. I have some information that was told to me that is trying to, spread around, and I know that you're close to her. So is it possible for you to be the one to bring this rumor to her, because we don't want to keep spreading it around? No, you sat up there and you told Tanise, she was there, Angela was there. Like, girl, you had a little audience. You're not that innocent. So basically, TT is asking Brianna, though, is it okay for me to speak my piece at your event? Brianna's fine with it. Cool. Oh, and we also learned that basically this little event that Brianna is holding is basically to tell everybody that she's not going to change. She is who she is. Either you accept her or you don't. I do think that this event seems a bit random, because I'm just like, well, who's not accepting Brianna? Unless there were some other things that were filmed and we did not see, where maybe she had instances with people and they didn't get along. But whatever. Let's go ahead and move on to this next scene, which is Egypt and Sam going to the studio. Oh, not to sing and dance, but so that they can go visit Tretch. Now, I don't know what in the double Dutch bus Tretch's little song was What was that, y'all? What was that song that Tretch was rapping to? I was like, what in the double Dutch bus is this? I mean, I promise, one of the lyrics literally went like average, savage, double, trouble. What? Get out of here. Let's just go ahead and move on. So, he's happy to see his daughter, of course, but he wants to get down to what is going on because he's been hearing things, aka Tyran has let him know what is going on. Now, Tretch does not know that Egypt has started this rumor about TT because he would probably get her ass about it. But he does know that there's a beef between JoJo and Sam. So first they start talking about how, what's going on with Egypt and TT. So Egypt, she lets us know that, I haven't even talked to her. I didn't even congratulate her on her new baby. I was going to say congratulations, but then I was going to send her like a list of all the things that she's done that has pissed me off. I said, what in the world? Who raised you? Oh, my bad. Peppa raised you. Who would congratulate somebody and then be like, oh my gosh, congrats on the baby. Hopefully he's so healthy. But bitch, let me tell you all the shit that you've done that has pissed me off. Because you wanted my man. You wanted this. You did that. All this. Girl, you would have got cursed out if you would have sent that to TT. Please know that. Because this girl just gave birth to a baby and you want to run down all the things that she's done that has made you upset. Egypt, if you don't grow up. So basically, Tretch is like, listen, that's one of the most hurtful things you can do. Like, this girl just had a baby and you don't even say nothing to her. You wrong. So basically, Tretch has to reiterate again how close Egypt and TT were. He's like, you guys were not even raised as cousins. Y'all were like sisters. Like, we moved as one unit. You guys need to talk. I'm like, listen, TT don't want to talk to this little girl. She don't. So we hop back over to Brianna's event and Vanessa, JoJo, and Tani show up. So when they get there, Vanessa is like trying to make conversation with TT like, I wish that, I would have known that that's what you were wearing because we haven't talked lately, but we could have taken cute pictures, all this stuff. And TT's like, oh yeah, I know. But I just feel like TT has a guard up with everybody just because I don't know what is being said and what is being filmed as far as with the other castmates. So baby girl gotta keep her head on a swivel and, look out for herself. But it also makes me wonder if Vanessa is just saying that because they are filming right now. Like, how often do you really talk to TT? Just curious. All right, so they're having a conversation about how, how's the wedding planning going? And TT's just like, I've never had to plan anything on this big of a scale, so, it's going. Then you have Vanessa, she asks, is Cree still doing your wedding? And TT is like, I don't think so. I mean, honestly, I did not think that her and Cree were actually serious when they thought about planning the wedding to begin with. Because, first of all, if we can recall, TT never asked Cree, oh my gosh, you're a wedding or you're an event planner? Do you want to plan my wedding? Because for the most part, most people, when they need a wedding planner, they go directly to a wedding planner, not an event planner. It is two different types of things. Just throwing that out there. Just because I do have a very close friend to me who is a wedding planner. And yes, sometimes she does do events, but for the most part, weddings, it's a lot. So, Cree volunteered her services. Are we forgetting that? Like, they just happened to be meeting up at TT's house and baby girl came through with a PowerPoint on her own. But whatever. Next thing you know, Cree and Savannah, they show up together. I don't guess they're like walking past one part of the yard and Cree was like, oh my God, it's dirty back here. It's like, girl, it's somebody's backyard. Chill out. That part is not even on camera. Anyways, they sit down or whatever And somebody asked, like, oh, who's all coming to this? And TT was like, oh, I think everybody's, who was at Twist's little thing, that's who's going to show up here. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then Savannah was like, oh, yeah, and Boogie's coming too. And that is when TT's like, oh, well, what's going on with you and Boogie? Because keep in mind, the last time that she saw Savannah... No, she saw Savannah at Twist's thing, but Boogie wasn't there. But before that, she saw Savannah at the anniversary party. Keep in mind, her and Boogie were kind of talking at that time. So, of course, she probably assumed, oh, there might still be something going on with these two. So, Savannah is like, oh, there's nothing going on with me and Boogie. So, her comeback was, well, what's the tea with you? And TT's like, oh, I'm good. Like, kept it super simple. So Savannah's like, oh, I'm just checking because last time I talked to Egypt, well, first of all, she don't even talk to Egypt. Like, why are you asking her how she's doing and then you gonna talk about her cousin, who she don't talk to? Like, how does that make any sense? You're being messy. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I did end up seeing a few people's reviews, and I find it hilarious that a lot of people are against TT in this moment because, I'm not gonna say nothing, but okay, I'm just gonna call it out. A lot of y'all have had Cree on y'all shows, and I am not knocking y'all for that. I think that that's so dope that you guys are all doing like these dope interviews. However, the fact that y'all are not gonna give Cree and Savannah that heat, I'm giving y'all a side eye, but I still love y'all. But anyways, so when Savannah goes on and on about how Egypt said this, Egypt said that, TT, again, she is not engaging in this conversation about Pep or Egypt. She has remained this way this entire season when it comes to them. She has been very adamant when it comes to, in this group setting, whenever anybody brings up Pep and Egypt, she just is kind of, oh, okay, that's them. Let them do that over there. So when she's like, oh, I thought you were talking about my cousin Tyran because he's coming here as well. That made sense to me because, if we're going to talk about my cousin, we're going to talk about Tyran. We're not talking about Egypt here. So then you have, Savannah, she's just like, no, that's not what I was talking about. Now, keep in mind, we do hear TT say, yeah, I'm over it. And then this is when Creed comes and says, well, is it just your cousin Egypt, or are you not talking to Pep as well? Her whole point is that she don't want to talk about none of them. How are you not catching on to this? So, because then TT tries to, change the subject, which is something that a lot of people, they do. They'll start talking about something totally different because they're changing the subject. So now Cree is like, okay, so you're not going to answer me. Like, how rude, all this stuff. It's like, girl, were you not following this entire conversation? Like, the fact that you rolled your eyes, I'm just like, you clearly see that she don't talk about her family like this, even though her family tends to talk about her. Why do you feel entitled to know that information to begin with? Because when I think about this, now that I think about it, Savannah and Cree do not know TT at all. They've only seen her at Twist's little thing where she didn't really talk to them. She kind of stuck with Brianna and Twist. And at the anniversary party, where again, they hardly talked to her. Remember, Savannah was over there rolling her eyes because she said she was going to get married in Jamaica because she was running up under Egypt. So, the first thing out the gate you want to find out about her is what's going on because her cousin said this and her cousin said that, instead of being like, oh, TT, we don't really know each other. How are you? Like, we know you have a baby. How is it being a new mom? That is not the conversation that y'all gave her. So I'm giving y'all both a side eye because y'all just want to know what's going on with this little storyline about Sean cheating. Like, even in Savannah's confessional, she's like, we didn't start this rumor, so she needs to stop with the attitude. And I'm just like, or maybe you guys should try to get to know TT outside of this rumor and what Egypt has told you, because that's not what you're doing. All right, so then we hop on over back to Trench, Egypt, and Sam. And they're having this conversation about what is going on between Sam and JoJo. So then they tell a story about how, JoJo chose Twist's side and how Sam is in his feelings about it. And then, you have Egypt chiming in every second that she can, because for some reason her and Sam love to compete to talk. So the part that got me, though, was the fact that Sam was like, yeah, and then he tried to fight me in our house. No, sweetheart, he tried to fight you in Peppa's house. You paid no bills. So once Tretch hears this, he's like, are you kidding me, basically? Like, y'all need to go ahead and dead that. Egypt, basically, you should know better, considering you know that Ron is basically like family. Like, their family is like family to them. Ron is the one who actually married Peppa and Tretch, which is something I don't think that I knew. But yeah, y'all need to go ahead and dead this little bootleg beef that y'all got. So now you have Sam talking about recently I heard that he offered Egypt a spot in a showcase, but he wants me to not be a part of it. Sir, why are you whining? Last time I checked, wasn't she the one who had talent? Supposedly. I still have no proof of that. But according to this show, Egypt is supposed to have all this talent. So Tretch is just like, listen, you need to put that to the side, because there's going to be times when people want to hear from you and they don't want to hear from Egypt. And sometimes people want to hear from Egypt and they don't want to hear from you. Learn how to play your position. And at the same time, y'all are not a group. Y'all are not a duo. So why are you acting like y'all are? So at one point, Sam and Egypt are over here talking over each other about him talking to JoJo, blah, blah, blah. Tretch ends up kicking Egypt out. It's like, okay, let me go ahead and talk to Sam. All right, so then let's go ahead and move on. We see a little clip of Twist. I think it was Lil E and Boogie. And Boogie is just now finding out about Brianna's event, because he wasn't invited. He happened to be somebody's +1, and he's like, well, I haven't talked to Brianna because she's going through her emotions, but he's not going to be disrespected anymore. Yeah, okay, I'm about to call him JoJo. Okay, Boogie. So Eric is just like, you gonna be my +1. You can pull her to the side and have a conversation with her. Oh, because also, he lets them know that the last time that he talked to Brianna, she went off on him. So Twist ends up telling them that, he's going to pray for everybody, because later on he got a prayer circle happening. I said, that is very interesting. I did not think that you would be having a prayer circle anywhere near you. But, we are surprised. All right, so then we jump right back over to Brianna's party. And you have Eric and his wife, Aaliyah, show up. Boogie ends up walking in, speaking to everybody. Well, mainly to Eric and to JoJo. He ends up giving TT a hug. And who ends up showing up? Tyran and Sean. So, they're all giving each other hugs and all this stuff. Now, at the same time, we see that the cameras have panned over to Cree and Savannah, and they over here giving each other looks like, oh, girl, I guess she must have had to make her man show up so that they can save face. I feel like that's the exact thing that they were thinking. And I'm just like, again, you guys are newcomers on this show, okay? Y'all have no idea what the relationships are between these people. So why are y'all out here giving looks and making faces because her man showed up? Like, sometimes Sean is there and sometimes Sean is not there. Why does it matter to you? So at that point, Brianna ends up coming out. Sean thanks her for the invite. She gives out hugs, lets them know that she's drinking a mint julep or whatever. And she doesn't even acknowledge Boogie, because number one, he wasn't even invited. But in the confessional, she's like, I'm kind of annoyed that Boogie is even here, considering, everything that happened with them. And she says that he doesn't know how to have conversations with adults. Now we get Boogie in the confessional, and he's like, I'm not surprised that Brianna is treating me this way. So we do see Brianna talk to JoJo, and she was actually very excited to tell him, like, yes, I will do your showcase. And he's like, oh, look at this, I've opened up another part of Brianna or whatever. And I am just so glad that like she's in this space to want to be creative and to want to show off, her talents. Hopefully, when they finally show us the showcase, we will get to see her really shine. Okay, so we end up hopping back over to Tretch and Sam. Basically, Tretch reiterates that he wants Sam to go ahead and talk to JoJo. If JoJo doesn't want to speak to him, just let that go. Now, Sam in his confessional is talking about because, first of all, I was going to slap JoJo the next time that I saw him, but, out of respect for Tretch, I'll try to have a conversation with him. Boy, bye. You wasn't going to bust a grape in a fruit fight. Alright, let's get back to Brianna's party, because now she stands up and she starts speaking about the reason why she is the way that she is. She's been through a lot of things. Therefore, sometimes when you meet her, she may give you a little bit of spice, but, it's not intentional. It's just she's been through some things. Honestly, I don't understand why this was being said, like I said earlier. Unless there were some events that happened and we didn't see it, I don't understand. But, whatever. We just will let her write this out. We did get a confessional from Boogie, and he's talking about how, basically he feels like Brianna is just up there rambling, and she doesn't know what she's talking about because of all this drinking that she's doing. Now, does Brianna have a drink in her hand? Yes. However, Brianna has been chill this entire time. Same thing at Twist's party. Brianna has been chill the entire time. Like, the way that he makes it seem like Brianna is just spiraling out of control when she's drunk. No, she just happened to call you out about something. That was the only time that she really had something to say. It was directed towards you. Ever since then, baby girl's been cool. So Brianna gets off the stage there, and she passes it on to TT. So TT and Sean get up there, and Sean's like, I just want to address the elephant in the room. Here goes Savannah. Where the elephant? I said, girl, how dumb are you? But anyways, so he goes on to talk about how, these rumors. That's the whole point of them standing up here to talk. So Sean says, there's been a rumor that I have been cheating on Tahira. These rumors are not new to us. Now, I don't understand why so many people took this as him saying, yeah, I cheated on TT. Because in my mind, how I took that as, yes, you guys have heard this rumor about me supposedly cheating on TT. This ain't the first time somebody tried to spread a rumor like this about us. That's what I think he was trying to say. So then when TT is like, don't go too deep into it, I feel like she was stopping him from saying anything about Peppa and Egypt and maybe their auntie Dawn. Because I feel like when he said, this is nothing new to us, there have been rumors from her family before about things happening with us. See, she wasn't going to put that out there. She does not want to speak about her family at all. So Sean is basically saying, I'm not trying to give legs to no lies. So we're in love. We're engaged. There's nothing to it. We've been dealing with it. We're good. Now, again, I feel like Sean may not be a man with, great with words. But when he said, there's nothing to it, we're good, I think that was him trying to say the rumor was not true. We're good over here. Like, I just don't think that he's very good with words. And when he says that, we've been dealing with it, I think he's referring to the fact that we've been dealing with the fact that her family is the one who spread this rumor out of nowhere. I don't think he means we're dealing with me cheating, but we still gonna make it work. Like, that's not how I see it. A lot of other people feel differently. But let me know what y'all think about when he's saying this in the comments. Now, we got a confessional in that moment from Lil E talking about some, I don't think that, we should have been involved in this because that's between y'all. I know your messy ass is lying because you were the main one trying to find out, is it true? Is it true? Is he cheating on TT? Is it true? Egypt, is it true? Did you know that he was cheating on her? We know that you're the one who spread the rumor, but what? Is it true? That was you, Eric, running around town asking everybody. You literally ran up on TT talking about where's your husband? Where's your baby? What's going on? TT, what's really going on? That was you. Stop acting like you don't want to be in the mess. So TT, she starts speaking and she's like, I consider everybody here to be one of my friends, and I would really appreciate it if you guys did not continue to spread this rumor around. Because, first of all, what type of friends are y'all if y'all gonna keep on spreading the rumor around? Like, y'all ain't friends. But, she's like, if you do choose to keep on spreading that around, Godspeed to you. And here goes Savannah. Oh, wait, keep in mind, while TT is speaking, Cree is over there rolling her eyes, making faces. So then Savannah chimes in and is like, I didn't really give a fuck about it because it ain't like it's about my daddy or my mama, so I don't really care about it. Girl, you don't care about it, but you just sat up here in TT's face asking her, oh, what's going on with you and your cousin Egypt? Because I heard this, I heard that. You sat up there and you spread this rumor to Cree because you could have went directly to Vanessa, but that's not what you did. Then on top of that, you have always been giving TT the side eye this entire time that you've been on this season because you met Egypt first, and Egypt has put all types of things in your head about TT. I'm sorry, but I do not like Savannah. I do not. Because she was really trying to make this about her because she felt guilty for spreading that rumor around. And then when she was sitting next to Aaliyah and she was like, they just wasted my time today. I could have stayed where I was at. Who wasted your time? Production? Because they told you that you had to film? I'm confused as to who was wasting your time, sweetheart. So now we see everybody's confessional about what they think of TT and Sean. So you have Savannah talking about how, I'm not about to take no accountability because she didn't say Savannah or Cree, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. You have Tanise and JoJo. They don't believe that the rumor's true. They still good with TT. Then you have Eric talking about I believe he did it. I'm like, you want him to cheat so bad just because you be cheating on your wife. Bye. So next thing you know, you have Easy. He's letting Savannah take his seat because I guess Bree had just put some plates down, and he's talking about how he's pescatarian. I'm guessing there was some other type of meat on the plate, and Bree is like, I just put a salad down. And Eric is like, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to her. So now that kind of pisses Bree off, but she goes into the house. She don't spaz out on him. She just go back into the house. So here goes Eric being messy again, asking Tyran, how do you feel about that announcement, considering it involves your mom? And who's all ears? Cree and Savannah. So TT is like, watch what you say, and that I don't feel like she was trying to be shady in that moment. I feel like she's just saying, watch what you say around this group because, first of all, it might get back in the wrong way. And also, you don't want to say something that may upset either TT or your mommy or sister. I feel like she was genuinely looking out for her cousin Tyran. So, out of nowhere, here comes Savannah. She's like, I just want to know what's been said about me. I know all this stuff is being said, but what's been said about me? Girl, you feel that guilty that now you want to know if anybody's talking about you? Ain't nobody thinking about you. So she's like, I just heard the tea through my ears. And Eric is like, yeah, but we don't know that. Basically saying, girl, we don't know if you put 20 on 10. We don't know, what exactly was said, whatever. So he over here trying to pipe up. And then his wife is telling him, get out that conversation. But, Savannah is like, well, I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you. Next thing you know, these two are getting into it. I said, oh, absolutely not. I cannot. Because I don't like Savannah, and at this point, I don't really like Lil E this episode. I think that Eric's point was that TT never said your name. She didn't call y'all out about spreading a rumor. Why are you sitting up here trying to question TT on what was said about you as if what you have going on is important? Yeah, you said the rumor, but I don't think that is the important part of this conversation. The cheating rumor was important. Just saying. Now, as far as Savannah, she's adamant on knowing what has been said about her. And I'm just like, girl, what would she be saying about you? Because even at one point, Eric is like, did you say Savannah's name? And TT was kind of confused. You could tell. She's like, no, but I'm pretty sure at one point, I may have said like, oh yeah, because the rumor passed through Savannah. And then here goes Savannah spazzing off, talking about, so my name is Savannah and I'm Bennett, I ain't in it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, girl, you feel that hurt and guilty that you spread this rumor? Girl, sit down somewhere and go chill out. Child, next thing you know, though, they are over here going back and forth. Eric talking about some, I make more than a Gucci store. I said, you know what? You're losing me. I understand you were trying to take up a TT, but sir, you are losing me in this moment. So he go have a little smoke break. You have Savannah talking about some, oh, I'm about to go call my daddy. I said, girl, not Stevie J. You're not about to call up Stevie J so that he can come down there. I'm sorry. I would have rather she said, I'm going to call my brother, than for her to say she going to call her daddy. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So, after they had their little spaz fest between her and Eric, baby girl comes sit back down. Here goes Savannah talking about something. So, like I said, did you say something about me, putting my name in something that I had nothing to do with? And I'm just like, girl, again, why are you coming at TT like this? Like, it's very strange to me. So TT is like giving her a response of like, yo, we can kind of like bring that energy down, because let's be honest, the way Savannah was talking, she had tightened up her damn jawline. She was trying to give TT a bunch of that smoke that she was, serving up to Eric. And it's like, no, TT and Eric are not the same people. Calm it down a little bit. So I will say that when TT was speaking, Creed did make a face. And when TT was like, was that a face? And Creed was like, me? No, you would know if I made a face. Bitch, that was a face. Stop lying. You have been rolling your eyes this entire time whenever TT opens up her mouth to speak. Stop lying. So TT is like, listen, I heard that the rumor was told to you and then it spread around. So then Savannah's like, well, I just want you to know that I'm not the one who started the rumor. Girl, we already know that you didn't start the rumor. Like, why are we having this conversation? She knows that it's coming from her family. What is wrong with you? And TT has to reiterate that, like, no, I'm not upset how this rumor got spread around. I'm upset with the people who it came from. So after that foolishness, we jump on over to the guys, and JoJo is asking, how's wedding planning going? And Sean is like, with COVID, it's making things really difficult right now. And this is basically them letting the cast know that the wedding, we don't know when it's going to be because of COVID. So now, of course, everyone's speculating, oh no, it's because of the cheating rumor. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. Because basically, TT and Sean are saying, we're going to get married at some point, but it will not be anytime soon. Now, you have JoJo being the main one who's like, man, I thought we were going to Jamaica, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, sir, you can afford to go to Jamaica. You and Denise can go, as a couple. Y'all good. As far as them deciding this is what I think. I think that they do not want, because it's going to be televised. So if it's televised, then more than likely production can say, hey, well, we're going to bring the entire cast down to your wedding. I don't think they want the entire cast there. I think that TT may want Brianna, maybe Twist, Vanessa, Angela, Denise, JoJo, maybe Eric, but that's about it. She don't want these newcomers coming to her wedding. Let's be honest. Also, when it's produced on a show like this, there is a chance that the production may bring down Pep in Egypt as a surprise to her. Let's be honest. We know how trifling, these TV shows can be. And you guys, that is where the episode ended. I cannot believe I talked this long about growing up hip hop. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.